Yeah, Mike, we're definitely pulling for you to become a world champion very soon. And another guy who looks to be a future world champion, I understand you're good friends with, is Nick Nemeth, who is Dolph Ziggler in WWE, of course. And I was just wondering, when you guys came up together and when you worked together in the Spirit Squad, did you see that type of potential in him?
Straight up, you know what? I told this to him to his face, man. When I first started working with Nick, which I remember it was me and Lance, we started out, we trained Nick. It was mostly Lance. I was kind of Lance's little, hey, Mondo, Brett, come here, let me show you so I can show them type guy. But, I mean, he wanted me there to help him out because he needed – the whole thing is the visual when teaching guys. You know what I mean? They have to watch and they have to see, and then they apply. So, man, when I first started with Nick, I did not see that at first. He tried. I mean, don't get me wrong, his work ethic is amazing. And if it was a shoot, he'd probably tie me up in knots and all over again. But, the way wrestling was and just the way he moved, and it just seemed like he'd rush a lot. I didn't know if he would ever come out of that shell. I was hoping he would. But then when the whole deal ended with WWE and me and him got sent down to Florida, Nick really said, look, I think he kind of came to terms with himself. Look, I need to be the last guy in that ring all the time, and you know what? And that's what he did. I mean, Nick didn't care. At the time, we didn't have air conditioning in Florida, but he would be in there busting his ass, grabbing anybody. Hey, you, come here, let's work a 20-minute match. You over here, come on, let's do this. And he really, really applied himself, And that is like the one individual that I got to say, as far as in terms of in-ring work and psychology, that he did it. He made it on his own. He did it. There was no politics. There was no nothing. He made his look different. He grew his hair out, dyed a blonde. No one goes out there with WWE and they chant Spirit Squad for him. He stamped his mark as Dolph Ziggler. And I kind of look at him as like the early 90s Shawn Michaels, where he would kind of go out there and he make everyone look good. Everyone wants to work with Nick because Nick makes everybody look good, and he does. And he does a fine job. I mean, I think he'll be there for a real, real long time. And I'm very happy for his success, and I tell him that all the time. But I think Nick's going to be on the horizon of being, can't tell you when, because you never know how they work. But eventually he's going to be one of the top guys. I can guarantee that for sure.
Yeah. I have a question. Now, listen, we have a few, among the Ring Rust Radio listeners, there are a few skeptics of Ring of Honor. I'm a huge advocate. I'm an independent guy through and through. But
sure.
Ring of Honor is a different breed. I feel like I want to see what would you say to the skeptics first about Ring of Honor not being up to snuff with the others. But my question on the other hand is, I see with Kevin Steen taking the title now, this is turning a little bit more of a sports entertainment kind of corner. You know what I mean? This is a little bit more creative. This is like ECW when Shane Douglas threw the title down. This is, okay, there's still great wrestling, and the emphasis is still on wrestling, but they're also trying to infuse deeper storylines that are really going to get people to care long term.
Okay. So your question is, to me is, do you feel it's going more of the entertainment route as opposed to just the wrestling route all the time? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's a good, yes.
Okay, well, I got an answer for that one, actually. Well, it's like, picture going to the circus, okay? If you go to the circus, you can only see the trapeze flyers so many times. Eventually you want to see something new, you know what I mean? Or, the elephant show, so to speak. You see a fucking elephant show, you've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you've seen it 3 times. It's like, all right, well, give me a damn freaking different animal for crying out loud. I'm tired of seeing these freaking elephants. We have, without a doubt, the best wrestlers out there in coast to coast in the United States and internationally. So if from start to bottom we had an A+ match, boom, 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 all the way up to match number 9, the main event, so to speak, sure, people will be happy, but they could tend to get burnt out a little bit at the end. Just depends where you are. Every crowd's different. But, I always believe the wheel's always still round and you can never reinvent the wheel. I don't care what promotion it is. I don't care where you're at. It's not, like I said, it's not what you do, it's how you do. And I think it's a great thing what they're doing with Kevin Steen because you need that entertainment value a little bit to spice things up, to change things around. You get people turn their heads going, oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's kind of cool. you know, and Kevin's done a remarkable job, in my opinion, of doing so. You know, Kevin, I could relate to the emotion with Kevin when he won the championship in Toronto, Canada, when he defeated Davey, because, you know, he's been working a long, long, long time. And, you know, I knew that meant a lot to him. And I think he could probably agree with me when he says that the title really means something to him, because it's, you know, not just, no one just wins it sporadically every week, you know. And I think it's how you do it, and I think the way they're doing it, I think it's great. And I think Kevin can back up, you know. I know he likes to throw in the jokes and the comedy, but you know what? When push comes to shove, you know, he's gonna get your ass, you know, and he's gonna do what he's got to do to win. So I think that's good. I think it's okay, and I think it brings a little bit different variety to the show. So it's like if you bust out one of those things during the show, and then all of a sudden you can go back to your next thing with, you know, good wrestling, and, you know, and it's really just a good, well-rounded show. You know, I think it brings something different to the table, and I dig it. You know, now if it was like comedy like that, like throughout the whole show, well, then you get into a product that they can't take anything like fully serious, because the whole thing is just comedy or blah. You know, you have to have your serious. You have to have your comedians, you know what I mean? And Kevin's, by all means, I'm not saying he's a comedian. I mean, he's a badass, but he's got a little personality to him, and I like that. And sometimes I feel like guys can be too serious all the time, you know, and too serious all the time with everybody, well, you know, that can kind of, okay, we've seen that, but give him a little something different to the table, you know what I mean? That's why I try to do something with my hair. You know, half my head's blonde. You think I'd do that, you know, if it wasn't wrestling, walk around like the way I walk around? I get a lot of weird looks, man, sometimes. Actually, a lot of compliments, too. More compliments lately than, than like, what the fuck, you know?
Nice.
But, you know, it's just bringing something different. It's different. And when you're different and it gets over, they're going to run with it, you know, because that's what's going to make money, you know, and sell tickets. And that's the whole point of the business. Selling tickets, giving them every dollar's worth, give them a good show, and make them say, hey, you know what, when we come back to New York City, we're going to freaking come back, because that was freaking awesome.
Yeah. All right, listen, man, tell the people where they can find you wrestling for Ring of Honor. Tell them where they can find you on Twitter. Plug anything you got to plug now, man. Okay,
man. Well, first of all, I actually even did my homework, because whenever I do radio interviews, I like to do my homework because, you know, to be over-prepared, as the old Rip Rogers would say. Mondo, you're over-prepared. Charlestown, West Virginia. Okay, it's going to be at the Charlestown Civic Center, 6/15/12. That's in 11 days, ladies and gentlemen. The bell time's at 7:30. Doors open at 6:30, and are as low as $15 a ticket. And, of course, you can always get your tickets at the door. Mike Mondo versus Davey Richards. It will be hopefully a 5-star match. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be, and I plan on it to be. You're going to see the ROH title match on the line with Kevin Steen versus Eddie Edwards, Texas Death Match with Charlie Haas and Jay Briscoe going one-on-one, a special challenge with Michael Elgin versus Jay Lethal. And then we come to the Best in the World on the 24th of June. And, people, it's 5 p.m. Eastern time for those that are in the area, okay? Anything goes, ROH title, Davey Richards versus Kevin Steen, if he's still the champion, because now remember, in Charlestown, Edwards is going against Steen, and Edwards is looking, you know, to get that title back as well. Tag titles on the line, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas versus the All Night Express, and of course we got a 3-way for the TV title, Roderick Strong versus Jay Lethal versus Tommaso Ciampa. That'll be a hell of a match. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Special challenge, Fit Finlay makes his return to New York City at the Hammerstein Ballroom versus Michael Elgin. And then we got Eddie Edwards versus Homicide. And then a very interesting match, which I don't know if it's been done in wrestling before. Maybe you guys would know better than I have. But it's called a Hybrid Fighting Rules. It's Adam Cole versus O'Reilly.
Actually, I read about this. This is some convoluted shit. I have no idea if this has been done before, but I can almost guarantee it won't be done again.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's going to be interesting, man, because the only way you can win is through knockout, submission, or I believe there's another way you can win. But I think it's knockout or submission, man. You know, that's going to be tough. So I know that favors Kyle O'Reilly a lot because that's more of his background. I don't know if Adam's done much of MMA stuff, but you know what? That's the whole beauty, also, guys. About the Ring of Honor rosters is so versatile, and that's what makes us different than WWE, TNA, or any organization. You know, we got not only pro wrestlers, but guys that also specialize in jiu-jitsu, martial arts, MMA. So it's kind of hard to go in there preparing for your opponent because you never know what you're going to get. You always got to be really overall prepared if you want to succeed and come out on top. But hey, you could always follow me on Mike Mondo, Mike Mondo 83 on Twitter. If you haven't followed me already on there, you should do so because it'll be good for your health and it'll be good for you. I'm sure everyone wants to know what the hell I'm doing first thing in the morning. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. And if you don't have a Twitter, have no fear. No pun intended. Facebook, Mike Mondo, Facebook.com/Mike Mondo. I accept everyone's request. Feel free to drop comments, leave suggestions, pictures. I always try to get back to my fans because guess what? If it wasn't for the fans, there would be no professional wrestling. I hope to see everyone in Charlestown. I promise you, me and Davey are going to give a hell of a show, and everyone else there on the card will. We always bust our asses, you know, no matter what show it is. So we are looking to keep on moving forward and show everyone why Ring of Honor is the best promotion in the entire world.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, man, we really appreciate you coming on the show, dude. Anytime you want to come on this show and share your shit, man, you are welcome back anytime. We really appreciate it, brother.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you guys for having me. It's my pleasure. I always enjoy doing these things, you know. It's nice to see guys like you guys that like follow wrestling and appreciate it, and you know, I dig that, man. You know, it's real cool. So anytime, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. Go put yourself a fucking 5-star match on, would you please? Thank you, man.
I'll do that, man. I got to get that the ring rust rub.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, man. The ring rust rub. Forget gut check time. I'm like, you know what? Now it's time for the ring rust rub. You know what I mean? Like that'd be like my new quote, you know.
We love you, brother. Thank you. Good luck, man. We wish you the best luck going forward, man.
All right, homies. Thank you, boys. Take care.